What's going on YouTube? Free World Gang, and you already know who it is. It's your boy Zay, Xavier Khalid, Mr. X. Just get the name correct so I know that you respect. Hey man, back here with another video. If you didn't know, make sure y'all leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you do to any your regular YouTube video, man. And we getting straight into the article. Oh yeah, by the way, use that new hype feature too, man. Hype up this video so it can get to more people, man. We can get some more information out there for some people. This article comes from the U.S. Today. Here's why Nolan Wales' death is more than just a mystery. This article was written by Nadia Yancey Bragg of the U.S. Today, and this was just posted today, July 26th. When Mississippi teenager Nolan Wales disappeared after July 4th boat trip, questions immediately began to swirl about what happened to him and why. If you've been in the news, you've been hearing about the disappearances of a lot of these African-American male teenagers. African-American male teenagers. These are brown-skinned male teenagers, okay? We've been hearing about all these disappearances, and the one thing that's adding up across the board is that they've been going on trips completely racially isolated from their own group. They've been going on trips with people who are other than color, okay? This led to a lot of people in America being disturbed as more stories come out, but one of the most infamous stories out right now is Nolan Wales, because this happened by a group of teenagers, Caucasian teenagers. And there's so many details within this story. There's a lot of TikTok investigators. It's a lot of people trying to figure out all these lies that they're trying to bring to this courtroom. So police are now just getting a lot of answers, and they're also just now revealing a lot of evidence as well. So just stay tuned. So the Nolan Wales case surfaces unhealed history for many Americans. Parallel investigations into the 18-year-old's death have revealed little publicly so far. The mysterious death has attracted speculation from the public nationwide and attention from major true crime figures like Nancy Grace. But the death of a young black man after an outing in a predominantly white group of friends has also dredged up fears among black Americans that they aren't safe in their own environments. And we're not safe in our own environments. Everything is essentially seemed to set up to put us at fault, to make us fail, or to be our doom. So, you know, we have never really felt any safety net or sense of security even within our own communities. Wales' family has launched their own independent investigation, citing that lack of trust in law enforcement in a state with a long history of racial violence in Jackson County, but they're going to continue to investigate. So they're saying there's two stories unfolding here. One is the mystery of what happened, and the other is that it has surfaced in American consciousness, especially black Americans, with familiar anxieties. So what really did happen? Christine Wansley, Wales' mother, said a friend of hers contacted around 11 at night, setting off a frantic search. Wansley said the family met with law enforcement around midnight. Wales' phone and his car were tracked down, and where they were at different locations. So then his father said he left by boat around 5 a.m. to search for his son. July 5th and 6th, the sheriff's office led a land and water search. And it was by the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, National Park Service employees, and the United Cajun Navy and other volunteers. So a lot of people came out in these groups, but you know, it could be a front. You know, like once they get there and once they get to the bottom of it, they may not actually really do much about it because of who's involved in it. Though we'll have to stick around and see, because a lot of these details are coming out, and you know, it's crazy how they find them, but it's taking so long to actually open up the investigation. But they have the marine centers and national park centers all searching for this teenager. Then an independent autopsy was done, conducted by forensic pathologist Dr. Roger Mitchell, and paid for by Colin Kaepernick. They could not determine the cause of manner of Wells' death, and the state medical examiner completed an initial autopsy on Wells on July 7th at 8:30 a.m. An investigation is active and ongoing. The family is questioning the suspicious circumstances, even though that they don't want to just go with one theory. Here's a quote: "It is very, very easy to drown and have nobody recognize that," said Andrea Zaffers, a medical legal death investigator who trains law enforcement on aquatic death and homicide investigations. The family and their supporters have said the notion that Wells chose to stay behind on the island without his cell phone or keys doesn't make sense. And then they say, who knows how he could have drowned? So that quote saying that it's very easy to drown with nobody noticing, it's kind of BS that, you know, you have a grieving mother and then you say that to her when it's a lot of odd, coincidental things going on. It's things that just match up too well for it to be some type of coincidence. Too often, she said, uncovering what really happened when a person dies in these circumstances become incredibly challenging because everybody has the opportunity to make assumptions that the cause of death is drowning. Does it make sense the body was found in the water at that time? Does the location, position, posture, and state of the descendant and the people who reported the death make sense? And does it make sense the victim is dead? Now they're going to questioning if race is a factor, and Reverend Al Sharpton has said advocates are not definitively linking Wells' death to racism, but they're not discounting it as a factor yet either. So don't tell us, don't rush to judgment saying it was racist. It's fine. But when I'm telling you, don't rush to judgment saying it was not racism because we do not know, Sharpton said. NAACP President Derek Johnson says, we're not accusing anyone of anything other than the state of Mississippi and local officials. We're accusing them of being derelict in their duties. So they already know that pretty much the whole Mississippi police, sheriff force, investigative force is on some big BS because they're not cracking this case open how they should be. So there goes the article for today. Make sure y'all leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you do to any regular YouTube video. Hey man, Free World Gang and Naughty, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Keep holding it down. The saga continues. Peace. Love y'all, man.